Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today we got the full character reveal for Phoenix in Marvel Rivals, as well as the patch notes for the upcoming new season, and I cannot wait. There's a lot of changes that I'm looking forward to. I've heard Phoenix might be absolutely busted, so let's watch the trailer first, and then we'll go over everything else that we know is changing in the Season 3 update. This little dual character thing she has going on looks really interesting.
And I was holding back.
Ooh. That little dash was nice. Oh, that was heavy damage. Obviously, she was boosted by the Wolverine team up there too. So clumped up enemies, because it does an AOE damage, is kind of insane. There's her dash. Yo, there's no way. Obviously, most teams are not going to be clumped up like that, but when they are, she's like a souped up Human Torch. Not a flyer, obviously.
You are nothing.
Okay, got the kill, but then also, wait a damn minute. Let's watch that part again. That's her ultimate. She dashes through. Oh wait. Dashes through the Hela ult, and absolutely watch. Hela, boom. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. Entire team is wiped. Nah. That's crazy. Now I will say I'm a little bummed she's a duelist. There have been rumors she might be a Vanguard. For me personally, I am kind of a little. I'm on the fence because we have so many duelists in the game. People love the Insta-Lock duelists, and now both characters with Season 3 are going to be duelists. So that's a little bit. It's going to be hard to find people who want to play Vanguard and Strategist next season, in my opinion. Anyway, here are the adjustments. Emma Frost. Reduce the telepathic pulse damage, reduce the diamond form damage, and reduce energy cost of the ultimate. So she's going to get her ultimate faster, which is good. Her ultimate is not that insane, but her base damage and then also her damage form reduction from the diamond form are being reduced. So that's a pretty big deal. I do feel like she is she's probably the strongest Vanguard in the game right now. Maybe you could argue Magneto. He's a bit more well-rounded, especially if you're running solo Vanguard, but she's just incredibly good. Thing is getting a buff. It says it's clobbering time. He's got the battle blitz. If you miss this, I made a video on the dev vision earlier, and he can knock enemies out of the air, which is insane. So the thing leaps towards enemies, gaining damage reduction, and then the leap distance is 20 meters. So you have to get kind of close, but it's pretty insane. You can run towards them and then leap. Stone Haymaker, new effect, knocks down, hit, flying enemies. So if you're able to connect with that flying fist, you're essentially going to be knocking enemies out of the air, which is kind of sick. Venom, increased cellular corrosion enemies, slow effect from 15 to 25%. That's a nice little bonus, so you'll be able to slow enemies more when you're diving on them, which should allow you to get more picks, especially if you're able to hit those headshots with his little tentacles. And then we've got Human Torch, team up of anchor effect, but a little less firepower. Okay, this makes sense because he will be getting the buff to the team up. Reduce fire cluster damage per projectile, reduce supernova activation shockwave damage, and then fire tornadoes DOT as well. Add team up anchor for 5% damage boost. So overall, the fire cluster damage will probably even out for the most part, but the rest of it is a little bit of a nerf. Nerfing Iron Man as well. Reduce the first two repulsor blast hits from 40 to 35 and from 50 to 45 on armor overdrive. Increase energy cost of his ultimate from 2,800 to 3,400. This is massive. His ultimate is one of the best in the game, especially when dealing with these strategist ults. So that being nerfed makes a lot of sense in my opinion, because it should be really strong, and that's fine, but it should take a while to get there. Mr. Fantastic, reduced inflated state bonus health from 400 to 35. This will make him a little bit easier to kill, probably a bit less annoying. Namor. So increased Trident of Neptune projectile damage and projectile speed. Increased Wrath of the Seven Seas projectile speed as well. Bit of a buff for Namor. The dive characters are not going to like this, and especially combined with upcoming Phoenix edition, I think 3.0 is probably not going to be super friendly for dive characters, but we'll have to wait and see. Scarlet Witch ultimate. Reduced max slow rate during reality erasure. Her ultimate from 35 to 25. Increased damage from 750 to 850. That's actually insane. That's a lot of damage, so should be able to one-shot pretty much everything now. Spider-Man loses team-up anchor bonus, but gains a new team-up ability and a bit more bite. So, increased get-over-here kick damage when pulled enemies from 50 to 55. Not a major increase, but still nice nonetheless. Increased spider power mid-air damage and increased amazing combo damage as well. All by 5, so nothing too insane. But you just add all of that up and you do a combination and it should be a little bit better. Punisher, reduce culling turret projectile damage from 12 to 10. That's actually massive with the amount of bullets that it fires, and decrease the spell field damage from 12 to 10 as well. Increase the energy cost of Final Judgment from 3,400 to 3,700. Charging his ultimate was so easy. I am not surprised by this, but there's other characters that are also very easy. They just don't have as devastating of an ult, to be honest. Winter Soldier, he's got the Rotter Stern damage fall off maximum at 40 meters from 60 to 70%. So a little bit more range there, which is not bad. Logan, for Wolverine, he is getting the team up with Phoenix, which automatically means he's going to be played a lot. And then his increased fair leap strike duration from 4 seconds to 5 seconds, and increased its cooldown from 12 seconds to 15 seconds. So a little bit of a nerf in addition to the team up. Not bad in my opinion. Invisible Woman. Sue's healing needs a little bit more reliable. Now that's fantastic. See, that's weird because she's already been really, really good. Increase orb projectile healing on launch and damage as well. So she's getting a buff to healing and damage, which is kind of insane. And then reduce healing on return from 40 to 35 and damage from 20. So more damage out, less damage in, which I think kind of reduces the skill gap, maybe. But we'll see how it plays out. Again, I've talked about this a little bit. I want a lot of the strategist ultimates to last a little bit less long, to be a bit shorter. So hopefully that does happen at some point, but we'll have to see. Loki, increased energy cost of God of Mischief from 4,000 to 4,300. That's a good change. Get his ultimate less frequently. Mantis, Healing Flower, heals allies by 2.5% a second, and then reduce base healing from 20 per second to 12.5 per second. So interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. It seems like more wide range healing, but less like burst healing. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works when we get in hand. Increase energy cost of her ultimate from 37 to 43. That's a big change. And increase bonus max health from 100 to 150. I don't know if that's a fair trade-off. Again, I don't know if Mantis is going to be all that good. I want her to be. I want more. I wish our strategists were able to be more support characters rather than just heal bots. And sometimes it doesn't feel that way, even though like you have a Mantis who can do it. You have Ultron who can put his heal on somebody. He can do a lot of damage, and he can use his defensive ability as well. And it doesn't seem like they're leaning into that as much as I would have liked. I wish they would go in that direction personally. Ultron, reduce dynamic flight acceleration, reduce imperative, so firewall bonus health from self to 75 to 65, and allies 55 to 50. So that's a bit of the bonus, the strategist support type of upgrades that you're giving to your teammates is getting nerfed. Again, kind of a bummer to me, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Ever-Burning Bond, this is Human Torch and Spider-Man. This is brand new. So Human Torch gets a 5% boost in damage. Spider-Man unlocks a new Inferno Blast ability through his team up. So we'll have to see how good that is. This one, Phoenix and Wolverine. See, these are interesting because they're duelist combos. And you'll have to get a Human Torch and a Spider-Man or a Phoenix and a Wolverine on your squad. Whereas I feel like getting a Namor and a Hulk, or getting an Ultron and an Iron Man is a bit easier to fit into different team comps. So, yeah, Phoenix gets a damage boost, which is probably why she looks so insane. Wolverine gets a Phoenix Warrior, so he's got lifesteal and a damage to nearby enemies. Removed is going to be the Spider-Man Squirrel Girl. I'm not surprised by that. It wasn't used a whole lot. Stark Protocol adds Squirrel Girl, which is nice because obviously Iron Man and Ultron are played pretty frequently. Stormy Ignition, so no more Storm Human Torch team up. This makes sense because Storm has the Jeff the Landshark team up, and then Human Torch now has the one with Spider-Man. Then we've got the symbiote shenanigans. This is one thing that's interesting. So whenever someone is the base of the team up, they do lose a bit of either damage, health if you're a Vanguard, something like that. So that's always something to consider when these things are being changed. Symbiote shenanigans, so we got Hela added to this as well with the Held tendrils. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, Guardian Revival was nerfed. Increased Leader Soul and Nature Soul ability cooldown by 15 seconds. We've got Symbiote Shenanigans, increased Guardian of the Deep, maximum bonus health. And then, so they buffed that, which is, you got Venom buff, and then you got this, and then you add Hela to it. This could be an interesting team up next season. I'm not sure if it'll be meta necessarily, but it will be fascinating to watch. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Things I'm most excited about with the Season 3 update is going to be Phoenix. Obviously, she looks awesome. New map looks pretty good. But of the changes, I do feel like the team up with Wolverine is going to be very, very interesting. And just in general, just the shakeup of the play. I hope we get a lot more variety this next season. I thought this season was pretty solid in the middle tier ranks, from anywhere from like gold all the way up into diamond was pretty solid as far as the rotation of types of characters you'll see. But I want that to remain high, and that's how hopefully all these changes make that happen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.